Sway.
Good morning, good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning, people. Good morning, YouTube subscribers. If you have subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. Growing my channel. I have my music, my worship music in the background. I won't be trading today, so I'm just tape reading price this morning. So yeah, I just tape reading price. See what price is going to do this morning. There is news at 8:30. There was news at 8:30. This is the 9:30 opening right now. There was a expansion at the 850 910 macro, as you can see from this 1 minute fair value gap. Perfectly tapped into that. Boom. That could have been. We was looking at taking this trade. This would have been my normal setup, but you can't really expect too much. My stop loss would have been right here, or maybe right here, 23 pips. So that was a nice little 31 pip move right there from that macro. But this would have been a perfect type of trade to scale in, because it came down, tapped into this gap as well for 930, and then now it's expanding higher. Now on the daily time frame, the draw on liquidity is the high time frame buy side liquidity that I have marked here already on my charts. That's what the daily time frame looks like. It just created a huge daily fair value gap from yesterday. There's two of them down there. Can't forget that one down here. I really was expecting price to break this wedge and just drop into the daily fair value gap at first, but obviously it didn't do that. It decided not to do that, which is a surprise because I thought for sure price was gonna dump. But of course, like when something, it seems like when something like an event happens like that, it kind of tends to go up instead of drop. And when it's something big, it tends to go for buys instead of sells. But yeah, I feel like this is the drawn liquidity for today to have some all-time highs. It can either just push through that, keep going, which probably will happen because of, we're fresh out of the election and everything. So it could possibly be the drawn liquidity for the rest of the day or the rest of the week, in my opinion. Going on to the weekly time frame is what it's looking like. So it's definitely have another wick from a few weeks ago that is headed to, just like the daily, that high. So all I can see is that high. It took out the previous weekly high already, just like it took out the previous daily high. So it's definitely in a bullish market right now. So yeah, it's a bullish market right now. So yeah, I was just looking at the time frame just to see like what the trade would have been like. But like I said, I only trade 10 to 11 silver bullet. But if I were, if I did trade you at the 8:30 open or 9:30 opening, this would have definitely been the fair value gap to trade off of. I mean, it was like the perfect setup, honestly. But I'm gonna leave those fair value gaps there and just kind of see where price is gonna go this morning, and just read it. Won't be taking any trades. I had two 50K combines that I wanted to pass this week. All glory to God, I was able to do that, so I can have some two live funded accounts so that I'll be able to trade to make real money off of. And you guys are gonna be on that journey with me. So yeah, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about. I'm gonna do videos on this type of stuff, but I just want to go over just about always putting God first within your trading. Like never put trading first. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is for your trader, of course, but that's with anything though. Like always have the Lord to be the center of your life, to be the top priority in your life, and everything will add on to you. Just like Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you." You know, and there are good things. Good things that the Lord has planned for you. So If you pray, you keep him first, along with trading being your form of income, you can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to put this market ahead of him, because it will not work out. So just wanted to throw that nugget out there so that when it comes down to this trading journey, it's going to be tough if you decide to dibble dabble in trading. Like, it took me 4 years. I just became profitable in the month of September. In October ended up being a horrible month. So I'm bouncing back this month. That's why you guys see so many wins, so many wins in the month of November. So I'm just bouncing back from a horrible month. This is a month worth of coming back. So, but the losses will come. But of course, is the goal is to just win more than you lose. You know what I'm saying? So that is the overall goal. But NAS is trending. Whenever NAS is hitting these gaps while it's going pushing higher, yeah, it's definitely in a bullish market right now. It's filling in these gaps perfectly. And it's like if you study this ICT concept, just look at the 2022 mentorship. That's all I really looked at and studied was the 2022 ICT mentorship. That's it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't finish all of it. But I plan to. But I mean, it's working for me so far, so I feel like, just look for the same thing every single day. That's all I do. Look for the same thing every single day. It has to be my setup. So yeah, I was able to fix my macro time. I just had to go in the indicator itself and change the daylight saving time. It was still on a daylight saving time. So so glad I got that situated. I might end up stopping this video. I have another video I need to upload. Alrighty then, I'm back. See that it's now starting to come down. It did leave a gap here. And you can't really say it's leaving it it took out a high or anything, because it just really it's just really coming down. Now, if I were trading this, I would possibly kind of see if it comes back up and inverts that. This is what I would be looking for right here. And I'll push my stop down to 22 pips. This wouldn't be a bad setup, but it will have to go back up though. But the only thing is missing is is it taking out a high. You see, there's nothing over to the left. It's in a really restricted uptrend right now. So it's like it's in the uptrend. So you have to really be careful, because it can really be pulling back, because it can easily do this thing right here. It can come down, tap into that, and just keep going. But if it taps that, it can also do that right there. I don't like that color. Yeah, it can do that right there. It can do that. It can do this. Keep pushing up. Oh shoot, I ain't trying to do that. So let's see what it's gonna do. This is a volume imbalance, I think. Let me see. Yeah, that's what this was. it's still little things here and there like that ICT goes over. What the world is this? Oh, it's about to be a macro time. That's why. And I just strictly use black charts. So that's a volume imbalance there. So let's see if that withholds. Let's see if it holds it. And there goes the 950 macro time. Okay, so it's rejecting beautifully off that volume imbalance. Now it can go up and then it can tap off of that 1 minute fair value gap. But I honestly think, just from looking at price action, I just think it's going to continue to trade up. This will not be a bad buy opportunity right here. Stop loss can be here. Can place a buy stop right here. This is what I would do right here. But I would be watchful to see what the 950 macro would consist of right now. Cause see how it looked like it tapped that 1 minute a little bit. It didn't tap into it though. Yeah, it didn't even touch it. It didn't touch it. It didn't touch it yet. If it's a 950 macro going into 10 o'clock, then yes, I would definitely trade it. Because it's volume. You feel me? But it's always still going to be a 10 to 11 silver bullet setup as well. But the one thing I have to like keep in mind is there could be a setup through this 950 macro, and there could also be a setup through the 10 to 11 silver bullet. So this move the volume may not push it all the way to my TP. So I still have to be aware of like the setup through 10 to 11. That's why I try to like keep my setup through the 10 to 11, but sometimes the moves are just too good to pass up. Someone to move like this right here, you know what I'm saying? This is like a silver bullet setup. Like you had the volume imbalance here. So now what I'm looking for is for it to take out this high right here. This will be the next plan of action right here. Oh, it just took it out. Bingo was his name, oh. So yeah, now it's retesting that high. It's pushing back up. We got 50 seconds left on this candle. If not, that's going to be a gap left there that it can go back down to. There's also this gap right here, but it's already there from these two candles. Well, I can't point to them. But 35 seconds left on this candle. So yeah, this move is playing out. So this would have been my move if I would have been trading this morning. This volume imbalance down here held up. And you have that. That's what I'm saying. It's almost like it's retail trader mixed in with ICT concepts. But like I've been a retail trader for a very long time, so I can't unsee certain things. I can't just ignore them. Like the wedges, like oh my God, do I see those all the time? Those be like 80% of my trades. So I just tie in the wedges along with ICT concepts. That's all I do. Okay, so I just created this 1 minute gap here. So the price want to dip back down in there, it can. I just like to be aware of like why price will do things. That's why I appreciate ICT so much, because I used to be so lost. I just accept what's going on or just be like, okay, well, market just doing this. No, I like to know. I know every single day the market is going to present a silver bullet setup. Like it's like a guarantee that you can make money almost every single day. Now, the market conditions is what's going to change, is the deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what's going on in the world. Like right now, the election is just, was just Tuesday. Today is Thursday, 2 days ago. So the market is kind of going to be a little bit more volatile because of that. So you have to be careful. And there's FOMC. There's news at 8:30. There's news at 2 p.m. and there's news at 2:30. So it's you kind of really have to just have your risk managed, man. Just have your risk managed. You can trade every single day, but as long as you have your risk managed. But I wouldn't consider trading every day. But you know, because I know for me, I can trade 3 or 4 good days. You know what I'm saying? And I'll feel like it's like that last on that fourth day. I could be like, oh, okay, I'm a little, because it can kind of be a little exhausting, or I can't think of the word, but it can be a little kind of draining a little bit being at the charts for a long time, like every day, days on end, hours on end. And then for me having to edit the videos and stuff, and my desktop is lagging, but I'm gonna buy me another brain. It's like $75, so I feel like that is the main reason why it is. So yeah, I'm gonna spend like $75 on that. It's probably gonna be like $80 overall with shipping, or 85 or something like that. So yeah, so my computer can be faster. My MacBook, I need to get another MacBook as well when I want to trade on my laptop. But yeah, man, it's just like, um, forgot what I was saying. And I hit the 1-to-1. Oh no, this. Yeah. So I would have been setting my trade to break even right now. It's another one right here. I gotta do some research on what this is actually called. I think some traders are actually calling it a fair value gap, but of course it's not a freaking, it's not a gap. It's called something. See how it's dipping into it though? It's called something. I just don't know what it's called. It's like a wick, then a candle, and then it wick right to the same part where the other wick on the other side of the candle is, and then it rejects off of that. That could be an entry point as well. But see how I left this gap right here open? So that's a breakaway gap, I guess. Well, no, I'm not gonna label this as that, because this will be labeled as a breakaway because it didn't come back down and tap this. Okay. My trade is set to break even, so now I would have I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been taking partials. I haven't been taking partials because I've learned it just takes away from the trade. You know. Okay, wait, I'm not gonna put it there yet. This candle has to close first for me to count that as a gap. It's another hammer. full TP hit. Full TP hit on this trade from earlier. I had to stop recording. It took forever. This is what the 1 minute looked like. This is when I got in. And the volume imbalance there. It rejected off of that. And then it inverted that 1 minute fair value gap. And boom, bam, bow. It consolidated for a little minute. But it hit full TP. Let me drag this over so I can see it. Yep. So this would have been my trade if I would have traded today. Peace.